Good afternoon, my fellow trudgers. We have one more share, one more group, Take 12 Recovery. Just check them out. Take 12 is from by Monty Man, my friend Monty Man. I haven't talked to him in months. I should give him a call, just say hi. You know, there's so many people in this world that do such great things. And I got a lot of people in my purview that do some really cool things, man. You know, um, there's a change coming. There's a change coming. I'm not going to talk about that here, though. I'm gonna be putting out a separate live a little bit later um, about some changes. There's a recovery in Colorado is coming to a head, man. Where I'm just gonna put it at that, all right? Because a lot of people come here for daily reflections, so we're gonna stick with that today, though. But yeah, the awesome changes a coming for the better. All right. Well, so he's about to shut down. Oh no. Okay. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm your host, who apparently sleeps all day. I don't know what has been going on with that, but at least once a week I sleep like that. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Yeah, I go to bed by midnight, right? But I don't actually fall asleep until the sun comes up. I don't really sleep. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I know. You ain't starving, dude. Their food is out. Oh, he loves me today. Yes, he does. Don't don't think this is actual love. This is conditional love, guy. My food is out and I'm starving. Look at that big old fucking belly. Look at that. He's the runt. He's the runt. Can live off his fat for a minute. All right. Oh, oops. August 31st. What am I doing? I'm reading September 1st. Oops. It's the way it's supposed to happen. People make mistakes. Let's see what August 1st was about, just real quick. Self-pity. Yeah, we've been doing self-pity a lot already. So today we're talking about the third step, making a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. This is my opinion. I've been around for a little bit. The third step, I don't want to say it's the most important, but it's probably the most pivotal step. A lot of probably more happens from non-action than no other step has more results for non-action than does step 3. Yeah, there's still no action. Making a decision doesn't require any action at all. Watch, I'm gonna make a decision. I just made one. I just made a decision. I didn't even move. Decision was I'm going to the meeting later. Wow. Wow. But see, making that decision actually has a little bit of power in it. It does. I think the third step goes along the lines with the step before the steps, uh, which is the psychic change. The psychic change in the third step tend to go. Why? Because it's a change of mind. Your psychic change happens throughout the whole process. Every time you change your mind, that's a psychic change. If you've decided that this was incorrect and this was correct, you've had a psychic change, and it happens all the time. We call them epiphanies, we call them trains of thought, call them a lot of different things. But really, it's just a psychic change happening in your life. Okay. All right. So, step 3, I find very personal. This is a personal thing. And for an alcoholic, what a beautiful thing to have something finally that's all fucking yours and doesn't belong to anybody else but you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very, very, very selfish about my higher power. You can't have it. No. I'm not even trying to describe it. No. You got to find your own. There's power in you finding your own, in you making the decision. In you making the decision has a lot more power than me saying you need to do it. All right. Let's get to the reading. Based on their collective experience, which is a lot. Okay, to talk about the first 100 though, in this part. The program's founder suggested a prayer to be said when taking the third step and making a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Now, it also says in the big book that you can change this prayer. It's the one that says you can change to fit your needs. And I know a lot of people that do that because the third step prayer is just it's too much for them. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that because I don't know about you, but my higher power does not make hard terms. No. Just like a parent asking, just like when my children ask me, Dad, can you babysit? Yeah, they just have to ask, right? I can't read their mind. Oh, I thought you were going to babysit tonight. I said it in my head, thought you'd know. No, nope. Gotta ask. Hey. So, God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self that I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them I may bear witness to those I would help with thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do thy will always. It's the third time I've said the third step prayer. Sometimes in my prayers, I'm like, I say the third step prayer too fast. So I'll repeat it. I'll stop and slow down because what I don't want my prayer to be is just something I do. I don't want to be like, did I pray this morning? I want to know that I intentionally prayed. I got to do that. Otherwise, it's going to be something I do, like making coffee. I'll think about it. I just make coffee. Go to the bathroom, wake up. I do my morning routine. I don't think about it. But I don't want my prayer to be something I just don't think about. It's got to be intentional. Okay. Now, okay. What's the third step prayer all about? It's just saying, God, we're about to do some pretty hard stuff here. And there are some things that are blocking you from your causes and conditions. There's some things that are blocking you from the sunlight of the spirit. And I'll tell you what they are. It's you. You are blocking yourself from the sunlight of the spirit. Nobody else can do this to you. Now, for a long time, I wanted to blame other people. I wanted to say it's their fault and their fault and their fault and their fault that I'm this way. And, until I came to the conclusion that Dion is the way that Dion is, because of Dion, I can do something. I can do something. Okay. When I got here, I needed some darn hope in my life. I needed you guys to share your experience, strength, and hope to know that this sick motherfucker could make it. I didn't know if I could make it. And I had helped hundreds of alcoholics before this had happened. I was a drug and alcohol counselor. I've been helping alcoholics almost my entire adult life. Okay. But I found the one thing that blocks the sunlight of the Spirit's me. And that's the really good news. So all we're asking here is because we don't really know what these things are. I notice I didn't get into anything in particular. I just said it was you because I don't know what those things are. Okay, you have what's called your rebuttals. These are qualms. These are reasons to not get sober. These are reasons not to do the work, right? And these are the things that we're trying to get rid of. These are the things that we're trying to remove so that we can be aware of them and move forward. Hi, Amber. Good morning. Doesn't matter when I see you first. Now, Amber, I'm just going to say good morning because we all know I just got up. So I'll figure. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I haven't had a nightmare in like over a week. I mean, I'm remembering my dreams, but they're not nightmares. Okay. I'm sorry, I just felt a huge relief. I mean, like a huge relief. Ever since Taylor's birthday party, my nightmares have gone away. I think it's because I gave my brother shit. And by shit, I mean we had a good time. Who knows? Maybe that healed it. Maybe that healed some stuff because it's usually my brother that, yeah. All right. Um, have I abandoned myself to God as I understand God? So the first thing that you get in AA, that's all yours. It's all yours. Your recovery is all yours too, by the way. Nobody gets that. Your serenity, your peace, that's all yours. Nobody else can have it. Okay. I want you to be selfish with these things. Okay. Now, the people that are here, okay, you have to learn how to be, you can be selfish and to be the right thing. I'm selfish about my meetings and running them. I'm selfish about helping the homeless. Yeah, I will help the homeless before I jump on any other wagon. That's kind of selfish, isn't it? Okay. I won't allow you to have my higher power because trust me, there's plenty. I'm very selfish about my higher power. I'm still a very selfish person. It's just that now my selfishness has to do with the fact of helping you. I just I've just switched it. My selfishness is now something else. I'm very, yeah, okay. It's one way to look at it. When it really comes down to it, that's not really selfishness, but it's one way to describe it, right? And we get that in AA. See, there are some things in AA that we will only understand. We will only understand. I've been listening to a lot of sober comedians. This guy said, anybody else had drank so much that now they got to sit in a circle and for the rest of their lives. It's funny, huh? Yeah, but we're other people can laugh at that, but only we really get the joke because we're the ones going through it, right? The clinical world isn't even allowed to call us alcoholic anymore. It's only ours. It's only ours. Okay. They say AUD or SUD now, which is alcohol use disorder. Disorder. That every time I think of that the song Disorder comes to my mind. Disorder. Little chop suey too. Didn't wake up. Okay. See, no, wake up. I have no idea what he's saying. All right, but I better not sing too much or I'll get a notice that I have, yeah. I've had a couple people try and steal my song. They're like, that's ours. I'm like, bullshit. And then they come back, okay, we'll let it go. And I wrote them back, oh, you're so kind to let me have my own stuff. Okay. Today I pray. I praise my higher power for my freedom to find my own understanding of God. That's a freedom. It's a choice. You know what? I tell you now, there's a lot of non-alcoholics out there that also live this way of life. My own pastor believes in my way of life. She believes in what we believe in. She doesn't believe in a God that's going to send you to hell. She doesn't believe that. Nope. Pretty cool, huh? Right? But everybody else is a religious thing. So she, you know, I love Pastor Marcia. And I will do anything that I can to make sure she gets what she needs to help other people. She's the reason I'm still at the church. Jimmy, woo, woo, Jimmy made it. If you want, Jimmy, I'll tell you when I'm live. I do that for Amber and Ingrid too. But then you end up getting like three or four text messages from me a day. So, but it's good to have you here. I love you, Jimmy. I've known Jimmy a long time, a very long time. And you keep getting better looking as you get older, Jimmy. You're like a fine wine, my brother. That motherfucker goes to the gym, works out. Man, he'll kick your butt. I'm in a really good mood today, if you haven't noticed. So, the pendulum is swinging my way. The time has come. It has come, and I'm very excited. I'm not very excited. I don't know what to call it. But, and I don't. I'll go into it later. So, may my life be God's. Whether I think of him as a father whose hand and spirit I can touch with an upward reach of my own. I don't like that one. I'm not big on the father one. I didn't have a father. When I think of that, it still hurts a little bit. So just a little bit, not like it used to. Just a little bit. Or universal spirit. That's one that I like. I'm more of a karmic higher power. It just exists. So anyway, or as a universal spirit that I can merge with as hard outlines of myself begin to melt, or as the core of my divine and absolute goodness inside myself. May I know him well, whether I find him within me, without me, or in all things everywhere. That's a great way to figure out a higher power. That's a great way to figure out a higher power. Bye, Ingrid. Love you. Right? There's three different ways that you can find it. You can find them within, without, or in all things. Wow. So within, tapped an unsuspecting inner resource. Without would be a group of drunks. And then in all things everywhere would be like nature, the universe, the stars. I had one sponsee, he started out, his higher power was love. He didn't notice it, but he started calling him God. I'm not going to correct him. No, he just made the switch one day. Okay? Doesn't matter where you start. As a parent, do you think, would you care as long as it was being done for their needs? Would you really care how? No, you won't. As long as it doesn't hurt your children, right? But would it matter to you how they came to you, from whether it was from within, without, or from everything? No, it wouldn't. No, it's just the fact that it was made. All right. I would call that a love language. Meeting people where they're at. Okay. Don't ever ask somebody their love language. Don't do that. Okay. Just sit down, take some time with them, and you'll know if you've learned your love languages. Today I'll remember, I thank God as I understand him for my understanding of him. Yeah. I argue with God a lot. Well, I yell at God a lot. There's no arguing because it takes two to argue. He's sitting on the toilet reading his paper, just laughing at me. That's what he's doing. Not really. That's a joke. Okay. But, in everything that I do, I found that God just doesn't make hard terms. As long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, if I am following God's will, life is pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. Okay. I don't know that life will ever be easy. I don't know that I want an easy life. I don't look for the easier, softer way. When I'm given choices, I will take the harder route every time because there's less of you on it. I will learn more. I will become a better leader. I will be able to teach more. I will gain more wisdom. I will fail. I will fall. I will stand back up and show you exactly how I did it. So, thank you all for being there when I fall, helping me stand back up and be a productive member of society, man. You know, when you have people in your life that you give a fuck about, tend to act a little bit better. You know, you tend to act a little bit better. So, all right. I realize how late it was. I got to get ready. I know I look ready, but I'm not. So, thank you everybody for being here. It's good to see you. Ingrid, Amber, Jimmy, always good to see you. I love you. Peace out. And